Technical difficulties. Charlie made it back to the tech room just in time to see one of the IT guys carrying out a monitor and heading down the hall. Wondering what that was all about, he peered into the closet of a room, noting everyone appeared to be focused on another monitor showing the live camera feed in the adjoining interview room. What did I miss? Whatever happened fried the other monitor. Camera appears to be okay. It's still recording. IT brought a replacement monitor. I'm turning off the camera feed now. We'll be able to see whatever was recorded in just a minute. Farley was busy with the keyboard, looking for the camera shortcut to cut the feed and save the video file. The monitor went black for a moment before a Windows desktop screen appeared. A few clicks later, and they were all looking at the interview room, watching the beginning of the interview with their chairs in a horseshoe, Elise with her back to the door. Fast forward past all the early stuff. I want to see what the camera recorded after she kicked us out. Lucero directed. They all watched the monitor as the tape ran at 4 times regular speed, everyone's heads and hands jerking around, Elise abruptly standing up, moving her chair, Farley sneezing, then all bodies standing and picking up chairs, the room emptying, and fast forward time to show Elise seated on the floor. There! Stop it right there! Lucero barked. 1 sec. Farley hit the back button to capture the seconds before Elise sat down, then hit play. No one said a word, watching the rest of the scene play out silently on the monitor before them. Any audio on this, or is it picture only? Lucero's words were short and clipped. Should be audio, Farley muttered and tapped the keyboard, raising the volume to max. It was still silent. Elise on the floor, the lens held to her forehead, as she rested her elbows on her knees, the lid on the floor a few feet in front of her. It's starting, Charlie whispered as the air about the lid began to darken. It looks almost like smoke, Lucero muttered. But thicker, Janet's voice cracked. Everyone gasped as flash, a bright red light burst from the darkening shape. Another flash, a few seconds pause, a third flash. The room really is turning red. Farley sounded uncertain. I can't tell if the air is red or if it's something in the camera reacting to the light bombs, Lucero answered. Light bombs, that's a good way to put it, Janet said, leaning towards the monitor. Is she saying something? Charlie had been watching Elise's image on the screen. He thought he'd seen her lips move just a tiny bit. Go back. Back to the first flash. Look at her mouth. I think she's saying something after the flashes. Farley paused the video, glancing at Lucero, who shrugged. Take it back to the first flash, Lucero said. Farley nodded and hit reverse. He had to look at the timestamp. The picture on the screen was unchanging except for the flashes. Okay, I think we're there, Lucero announced. What are we looking at here, Wilkins? Charlie bent towards the monitor, eyes intent on Elise's face, framed by her forearms. Flash! In the second, the image went from brilliant red to normal. Elise's lips moved, just for a fraction of a second. Can't be more than 1 syllable. Can we pick up better audio on this? Farley stood up from where he'd been leaning on the table, which was more like a ledge. IT may be able to boost any audio, but they'll have to do it there. Do we want to stop now or finish the tape? Finish the tape, 3 voices stated. Okay. Here we go, Farley sat back down and hit play. The 4 of them watched as the video moved forward again. Brilliant red flashes came and went a few seconds apart, one after the other. Finally, a huge ball of white light exploded, lighting up the tiny utility room and blinding them all once again. Shit! Lucero blinked rapidly, his eyes tearing. We've got to figure out how to tone that down. We can't have everyone going blind just to review the damn tape. Charlie suddenly appeared in the video as he darted into the interview room and quickly knelt at Elise's side, taking her left hand in his wrist. Our hero, Farley snorted. Shut up, Farley, came 3 voices as one. Lucero appeared in the tape. He whispered questions to Charlie, and Charlie's quiet answers were clearly audible on the recording now. Well, we've got audio evidently, after all, said Farley. Still want to know what she was saying. Lucero stared at the monitor, forehead creased in concentration. What happened to the sonic wave thing? Did we all imagine that part? Or did it just seem to be a noise when it was just whatever light explosion? Is it possible to feel light? Janet looked at the three men's blank faces as they turned towards her. What? Lucero shrugged. No idea. We can add it to our list for IT to enhance on the audio. Okay, we know what happened from here. I want to see this again in a well-lit room. With more room. Turn down the brightness on the playback. I want to know where the flashes were actually coming from, besides just being in the general area above that box lid. I don't want IT on this yet. Let's see what we can finesse on our own. This is already complicated enough. Trying to explain it to IT would be, right? I don't even believe it. And I was there, here, wherever. Janet frowned. I need to check on something in the lab. Get the vials back there. Fine, do that. Lucero was reaching for the light switch. Farley, exit out of this. Make sure that file is saved. I'll see you in the war room in 2 minutes. We'll review the video again from there. Someone's going to need to debrief Elise? Three heads swiveled to look at Charlie. I'm just saying, someone should call the hospital and see how she's doing. And I want to know what she was saying. I agree. Head swiveled from Charlie to Lucero. We need to follow up with her after any kind of interview under normal circumstances anyway. I'll go. Charlie's instant reply. He started towards the door. Hang on. I'll follow you out, Lucero answered. Everyone else, war room, 2 minutes. There was the inevitable shuffle as too many bodies tried to exit a too small space at the same time. The monitor was black. The lights went out in the interview room on the automatic timer. The hallway seemed almost overbright after the close dimness of the tech room. Charlie and the detective walked down the hallway. As they approached the doorway, Lucero waved Charlie to follow him. Real quick, just a couple things. Charlie figured a lecture was coming. Hopefully it would be brief, as there was just no time for anything long. He looked and watched as Lucero went around the desk and remained standing as Lucero shuffled a couple of pieces from one stack to another. Charlie, you're a good officer. Thank you, sir. You're smart and you care. Both admirable qualities, both useful in police work. We serve and protect. That's our job. Exactly. That's our job. It's a job. Lucero's emphasis was heavy. I'm aware of that, sir. We can't be getting involved in people we may be working with on an investigation. I know, sir. Do not engage. I understand. I think it's probably too late for that. Don't you think? Lucero asked. Charlie considered his shoes for a moment. I know how to maintain a professional relationship with the people I work with. I'm good, sir, really. I'm concerned, true, but I'd be concerned for anyone if I just saw them whack their head on a floor. Lucero nodded. Good, fine. Thanks for clarifying that. His mouth turned in a wry grin as he met Charlie's gaze. She is a bit of a spitfire, isn't she? Charlie nearly choked, decided to cough instead. She is that. Fierce and vulnerable, I guess. She's just as confused as the rest of us, I think. Lucero nodded. Agreed. All right. Go get to the hospital. You have my cell. Charlie nodded, starting to reach for his phone. Text me when you have any information on her condition. See if she can talk. She should be awake by now, I would think. Charlie nodded. Let's hope so, sir. Thank you. Sir, I appreciate you letting me take care of this. Could I have stopped you? Lucero's gaze was amused. Charlie just shrugged and nodded at the detective as he turned and left. Lucero stood at his desk for a moment before he, too, left his office.